Oh yeah. I forgot we've got that. We got that thing. Here we are.
You're not going to put chat up on the top?
I can. I asked if you wanted it, and you said
no.
no.
You didn't. You didn't
You
ask
said,
at all.
Talk to the audience. This is always that. That's what you said.
I mean, I've got chat up on my screen, so
Well,
I don't.
aren't you cool? Aren't you special?
I don't need your.
Aren't you the king dog?
And I'm going to monitor YouTube chat.
Well, whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo for you. You think you're so good. I'm the best. Anyway.
You're the best at stinking.
Oh, good one, eh?
Thank you.
But, we haven't missed a beat. The banter
trust me.
The banter kicked right back on.
I've been beat, man. I've been beat plenty.
How's it going, everybody? Sometimes the turnstiles people are rushing in so quickly that the turnstiles freeze up. And they don't allow them to come in. This is the kind of attendance that we can expect. Oh, here they come.
That's why you need some mariachi band to start playing.
Thought you were going to say marijuana.
That might help too. Might help mellow you out.
I'm so mellow that it has no effect. What's up, Tex, Bark, JP? It's good to see you guys. Thanks for coming in today. It's cold here, and hey, we're like Neil. It's cold here in the cave. You get it? He doesn't use that much anymore, but yeah. Thank you, Texas Foosballer. What's up, Double A? Thank you, guys. We're sorry this is the earliest we could start. Hey, my thing says we're like right on time.
Well, yeah.
Well, you should rush me. Some things have to be done in a certain way. You can't just rush people through. So, how it's going. I mean, maybe. I think we're in a video game cave that I found. But
no, we're not.
We're not? Okay, fine. What's up, Pencil? I hope you guys are excited for a double feature tonight. A double feature, the Brent. Because due to the weather, hey, Steve, due to the weather, yeah, exactly. You just told my bit, Bark bit. Due to the weather, we're running behind on stuff. So
hey, Demo in YouTube chat.
Oh, aren't you a fancy boy? We are going to do Amigos and R. Sinclair, the double, the Brent.
The weather-induced double.
I will say this. No two games can be further apart in content or play style. It's these two games, Thank you, Brent. What's happening? Did you just bit yourself?
I had 3 lone bits.
You gave yourself bits?
Well, no.
Do you think you earned those?
I don't see any of that money. So, no, I didn't bit myself anything.
Thank you. Thank you for biting me. Finally. Yeah. And then the funny thing is, by the way, when do we want to release this, Art Sinclair? Should we release it on Sunday?
As soon as possible.
We'll release it Sunday.
Okay.
And then we'll release the next one Wednesday because we're going to be back on Tuesday. So everybody who's not in the States might not know that this Sunday is the biggest football game. It's like a holiday in this country. It's a Super Bowl.
Oh, did you hear how Disney's trying to ruin it?
What'd they do this time?
Okay, so Super Bowl plays, right? Everybody's happy, everybody's pumped, game's over, people are cheering, high-fiving, right?
Yeah.
So after the climax of the biggest football game of the year, what is the best thing to do?
Well, go home.
No.
I'll go to work.
It's to play 24 hours of Super Bowl highlight from the previous year.
Why would they do that? Why would they do that before the Super Bowl? Would that make more sense?
Afterwards.
No one wants to know what. After the football game's over, you're drunk. It's over.
I don't know, man.
I may be so desperate and sad that football's over that maybe I'll sit down and watch those highlights, sadly.
Well, you'd be an idiot.
Well, I mean, don't just say what else is on. They usually debut some
Nothing.
Stupid show.
You just keep going with life.
What's up, Noob? And Retro Jerry, Portal. All my friends, thank you for that sub, Retro Jerry. It's good to see you. I ate at a
System Chris. I see you.
We used to eat at this restaurant called Jerry's. It was real popular in Kentucky, but like they're almost all gone. Their gimmick is they get cherry pie. Their pies are off the charts.
I like cherry
They're sort of
pie.
like a Shoney's. They're sort of like a lot like a Shoney's. So, but yeah. Anyway, for those that came in late, we are going to do a double tonight. For those that are into it, it's Amigos followed briskly by an Art Sinclair.
And by briskly, we mean as quickly as we can change scenes.
You know, Super Tech Boy, it's Arctic outside, and we got I don't know, 3 or 4 inches of snow today.
It was
easily.
About that. Yeah.
And on top of the packed ice that we already had.
Well, yes.
And now tonight it'll all refreeze, the glorious smudge.
But don't worry, on Tuesday it'll melt and flood everything.
Well, listen. What does the globe hate us do?
I mean, to be fair,
yeah.
what have we done to the globe?
I forgot, yeah. We have abused the globe quite a bit. Really, I guess we got this coming. We can't say anything, can
That's
you?
right.
It's like that Blue Oyster Cult song, I'm burning for you. Remember that one?
No.
I'm itching for giving the devil his due. I mean, he earned it. Yeah, that's the way I feel. So, but yes, even though it's cold outside, it's also cold in here, but not as cold as it could be. So.
Oh, no, it's about 65 in here, 66. It's not bad.
Yeah. You don't go barefoot like I do.
No, because I'm not a hobo.
Well, listen.
Yeah.
The way a person eats his victuals is his own business. If I want to strain sterno through a piece of bread, that's my business.
You're right. And I've never once said, man, Aaron, you're a big idiot. Well, I mean,
yes,
that's
you
a lie.
have. You've said that every time. That sucks, Bark. I'll tell you, the old man's pipes are frozen up at the camp. He's been flushing the toilet with snow for well over a week.
No, his pipes are, well,
what are you talking
his
about?
pipes are frozen now, yeah.
They've been frozen for a week and a half.
Yeah, because his power went out and the
Well,
pump,
that's not the only reason.
well, and the cold.
Because it's a crappy old pipe. That's why, and a well. So whenever Dad always tells me when he needs to use the restroom, he just goes out and gets a big scoop full of snow. Hey, listen, thank the Lord, his supply has been renewed. He'll be able to take all the restroom breaks he wants now. Our dad turned 79 in a month. Did I mention that in less than a month?
No, not in a month, in 10 days.
So, our 79-year-old dad, yes, he's flushing the toilet with snow. We're abusive, effectively. I guess that's where I'm going. Someone call the cops. So, anyway, we're excited to get some sweet action today in the arcade here on Amigos Everything AMIGA Show and Art Sinclair. Brent, if you had your choice, which of these would you throw into the fiery pits of Mordor? Would it be the Amiga or the ZX Spectrum? If you had to sacrifice one.
You don't want to ask me that.
I'm asking you right now, which one would it be? Because all these people that love the Amiga are watching, and it's a tradition on this show where I love the Amiga, but my partner's kind of towards the Amiga.
Here's the problem with that.
Hey, Picard, make it so, brother.
I have a history with the Amiga.
Yeah.
So I couldn't discard
and
it.
You have no history with the ZX Spectrum.
Well, I have an ongoing appreciation for the ZX Spectrum.
You didn't answer the question.
No, I did. The Spectrum would have to go.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not what I expect you to say.
I mean, again, I've got a history.
That's not what I
Amiga.
expected you to say. All right.
But
that's the kind of joke you're going to get all night long.
If it was the choice between like the Amiga or like the
Super Nintendo.
Oh, well, the Amiga would be gone.
What if it was?
Are you kidding
What
me?
if it was the Coco?
Oh,
right?
the Amiga would be gone.
I'm not done.
Oh,
wow. Well, or the Vectrix.
What? That's
I don't know.
You're
What
an
if it was
idiot.
the Odyssey 2 or the Intellivision?
And television would be gone.
Oh man, you're chucking everything into the fiery pit of Mordor. What's up, Happy?
Well, the Amiga one, I would hope a little golem would run up behind me and grab the Amiga and fall into the pit, though. I'm not
Thank
gonna
you,
lie.
Happy. See, I told you, me and Happy are on the same wavelength. He got my hilarious Diana Ross joke. You know, no one else gets it. Bo didn't get it, and you didn't get it either.
I didn't even see it.
Wolfchild, never meant to be. It's also apropos for today's show because the backstory of Wolfchild is sad, depressing.
No. We don't do pre-show.
I'm not doing any pre-show. I'm just
stuff
saying.
in the pre-show.
I like to pump people up for the main show by telling you it's going to be depressing. Get ready for a real depressing show, everyone. No, it'll be great.
It's only depressing if you lose.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, if we could put something together here, Happy. time for some karaoke.
Aaron, I didn't know you were a Wolfchild. Actually, you weren't born into poverty. You left for it.
Well, I mean, we weren't loaded.
Well, it certainly wasn't poverty. Are you kidding
I know,
me?
before you came
I
around.
owned the Dark Tower.
Before you came around, we were doing pretty good, but then you started eating.
Well, you know.
And then we right spiraled the drain. Yeah, look at you. You put away so much wealth. It's unbelievable. So you don't be like me. I'm trying to lose wealth.
You're doing a good job.
After consuming so much of it for so long.
To be fair, I have no wealth.
What are you talking about? You live in a rip-roaring mansion.
No,
You got like 10 cars.
That's because I got a sugar mama.
Well, I got to get me one of those.
You've got the opposite. You've got like a
vinegar mama.
You've got. Well, that's better than what I was going to say.
Man, you can tell we haven't been on the camera for a while. We've lost our damn minds. Should we do it?
Hey, no cursing.
I didn't say anything.
Yes, you did.
What?
You cussed.
No, what? Vinegar?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Are you kidding me? Are you ready to do an Amigo show? So here's how we're going to do this, everybody. All right, I think I know what we're going to do. All right.
Is it the Amiga show and then the Art Sinclair show?
That's right.
Okay, I don't think that needs a great
Well, here's the problem. You know, normally, so this week you're going to have to share the Patreon levels a little bit differently because I can't stop the stream. It's like the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I'll just put them. I'll just put them both on the Patreon.
So it's a double. It's a free bonus. Everybody gets a freebie this week. Free bonus.
Wow, I mean, I wouldn't say that about John not being here, but that's.
Yeah, it's allowed. Everything's allowed. It's a free-for-all. I don't know if we have any mods in here. Super Tech Boy used to be a mod. I think you still are. I mean, I don't know. I didn't decide on any of that stuff. Everything goes. It's anarchy. Clearly, everything goes everywhere. I mean, everything's off the rails. Everything.
Yeah, STB can do it.
I mean, good job, Tech.
He wields the green sword of power.
Now, he uses the velvet glove. That's the way people need to rule. That's the way I like to do it.
Unfortunately, his velvet glove is wrapped in barbed wire.
That's why you're not bruised up. What do you mean he's not Tommy Dreamer, the Sandman? All right. We are going to get into it. Thank you, Rob Flacco O'Hara. You know, Rob.
I don't know. Just pick some people, Soup. No, I'm kidding.
Soup? Oh, I misread that.
Boy,
yeah,
not Soup.
How are we doing on the YouTube chat? Is it Buzz over there?
Hey, Demo and System Chris, bam, representing.
Yeah. They used to come up over there. I don't know why they don't no more.
Well, I mean, what?
They used to be a combined gimmick. I don't know what happened to that. Sorry, everybody.
Listen, I'm here for my people.
Thank God there are none. Because you're not here for them. That's it. I'm starting the show. All right, everybody. We're going. Listen, we've put this show together hastily, so there may be a few hiccups along the way. I can't promise anything.
Did you turn the sound off of your video?
It was already off.
Okay.
I mean, but let's check. Because that would be a problem. Let's see here. Yeah. It's good. All right. See, Britt scared me there, everybody. All right. Listen, your presence is scary enough. We're going for it, everybody. It's Amigos time. Stare into the screen. Put your hand, touch it, touch my hand. Let's make an Amiga connection. Here we go. You're ruining my vibe. Here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special Amigos Everything Amiga Show. I'm your good buddy, your good pal, Amigo Aaron. Normally, I'd be joined by the effervescent, the bubbly man known as John Bodekar Schaller.
Ha! Screw you! You got me instead.
That's true. In his place, a man that has entertained well over 250 people in a crowd of 5,000.
And well over
Just
250
stop right on my punchline. It's a man who can't stop, he won't stop being depressing and wrong. It's the Brent.
Hey, everybody.
That's right. And this week, we'll be taking a glorious look at the exciting platformer Wolfchild. Wolfchild. But before we get into Wolfchild, I want to talk about a few things that are sort of on the periphery of Wolfchild. Number one, what's your opinion on werewolves? Do they exist? And do you think you've ever seen one? Or have you been one?
I've seen plenty of people hairy enough to be a
The
werewolf.
Chud comes to mind.
I was thinking Tim.
Oh, wow. That's a sick burn. So are you saying you don't believe in the possibility of lycanthropy or werewolfism?
No.
Which I made that word up. You don't believe in that?
No.
Where do all the legends come from, the Brent?
What's
that mean?
The yapping. Yapping stories,
You just
baby.
think people were bored, they came up with some crap?
Oh, no one would ever do that.
Okay.
By
fine.
the way,
Yeah.
I can shoot lightning bolts now.
How's that?
Just out of my fingertips.
Oh, because you're making it up?
Yeah,
and so
see?
now,
Bam.
oh, good one. Here's my next question.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's throw all that in the background.
All right.
This isn't Conversations from the Dark Side.
I was wondering.
All right, but
I
here's
didn't sign up for that.
what about the idea of a man and
Yes.
an animal
Okay.
being joined genetically to form some sort of super creature? Your thoughts?
Well, no.
Why? You don't see that
Pretty sure
happening?
that's against the law.
No, it's going to happen, I think. Don't
No.
you? You don't see a future where we can do that sort of thing?
No, because what would we want to take from an animal to enhance ourselves that would be more beneficial than what we could do with like robotics?
That's not the question.
Oh, okay.
I mean, for example, I'm a man, right?
Oh, well, sorta.
But you know what I can't do? I can't like fly or climb a tree real quick. But if I was imbued with, say, bat or wolf DNA, bam, or both, a bat wolf, that'd be awesome. The more I think about it, the more I like it.
You can see the downside of that, right?
No, I can't think of any downside.
Because you don't just get the good parts; you get the bad parts too.
What's the bad part of being a wolf bat
I'm gonna
guy?
say lice.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, humans know how to clean themselves better than animals.
Well, but what if you lose that ability? What if you think now to get clean you have to lick yourself
What do
or
you mean?
roll around in the mud?
Well, I mean, you know, we're in West Virginia. I think these DNA experiments have already happened. But sincerely,
Man, what animal loves meth that much?
let me ask you a question. Now, this is a serious question. You
All
can
right.
take this seriously, all right? If you could pick any creature in the animal
sea
kingdom,
turtle.
why didn't you let me finish?
All right, go for it.
And you could genetically engineer yourself to be half that, what would it be? Don't say sea turtle because they live for a long time.
Sea turtle.
Give me
because
something else.
Sea turtle because they live for
Okay,
a long time.
throw that one out.
All
I
right.
got you. A cool animal. Because the thing is, if you put DNA of sea turtle in you,
Yes.
what, you're going to be slower and more lame than you are now.
No, I'm not. I already.
The only thing that the benefit would be you would talk less.
I could see the benefit of a strong back shell. I could eat jellyfish.
if you grew a shell, how
Yeah.
much would that suck?
I think it'd be awesome.
How do you change your pants or wash back there? You know what I'm saying? How do you sit in the
What in
chair?
the world would that have to do with a
How do you
shell?
sit in a barber chair? How do you drive a car
Okay,
with a half shell?
Clearly, I've not sat in a barber chair for probably as long as you have.
This isn't TMNT where the shell sort of magically fits and stuff. This is a huge, solid shell. You can't do anything with a shell like that. They would have to re-engineer your bed, your car,
All
the
right,
place you
I
sit.
know what you're dying to know, Aaron.
Yeah.
Or dying for me to ask. What would you choose?
I hadn't really thought about it, to be honest with you. I was just sort of grilling you. Move past the turtle. Give me a legitimate answer.
I don't.
In the animal kingdom, what
I mean,
animal
gorilla
does
strength would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, she'd be like Gorilla Grodd, sort of.
Well-
Except for the super intelligence and telepathic abilities
So
to be
nothing
gone.
like him, really.
All right, yeah. More like Dr. Zaius.
What? I can play the piano.
Yeah, you couldn't before. I think gorilla's a good choice. I would also like to have the benefits of like a panther. You know,
What
kinda
is the benefit of a panther?
they're super stealthy, fast, to bite you.
Okay,
You got
now-
claws
now-
and you got
Time
sharp
out,
teeth.
time out,
Oh.
time out. Let's go over this. A panther can sprint quickly, yes.
Yeah.
But they have no endurance.
I don't care.
They're a pounce predator.
Right, but see,
Do you know the most successful long distance predator ever?
No.
It's us, baby, because we sweat.
Right, but the difference is, what does a panther do after it kills its prey and eats?
Goes up into a tree,
And does what?
sleeps.
Right. So
You can go up into a tree and sleep without
Right,
a panther.
But the thing is, I can't run down a gazelle. That's the difference.
Would you eat gazelle if I presented it to you in burger form?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Wonder what that would
Help
taste
me
like.
with that, chat.
Yeah, make that happen. With that riveting conversation aside,
My gosh, if we sunk low.
what do you mean? I'm just saying that was pertinent to the game. Let's get into it. Oh, this is the Wolfman talking to you. Oh man, it's the Wolfman. So I've been watching a lot of Midnight Special. So the Wolfman's in my head. Wolfman Jack. This is Wolfchild. This is Wolfman Jack's son. This game released in '92. You know, I mention this every week, but it always bothers me because Lemon now, it just puts the year that stuff's released, and then it tells you how long ago it was. So this was released 34 years ago.
Yeah,
that was '92. I graduated in '89. You understand?
Oh,
It hurts
gosh,
me. Yeah.
man, goodness. I wish I graduated in the 90s.
This was released
Late 90s.
by Core Design.
Yep.
Everybody knows Core.
God.
The among other things, they did the Tomb Raider series until it was stolen from them violently after they were forced to make it well past when they wanted to stop.
Okay, real quick, side tangent. It was so depressing. Like one of the new Tomb Raider games. It's been 10 years ago at this point, but it sold like 4 million copies.
Yeah.
And like the publisher was like, this was a disappointment. I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, boy, they're killing for those numbers. Now they'd be begging for them. So Core Design, of course, big, huge wheel. This was coded by John Kirkland, who his other big coding credit was Warzone, which we've never played.
Nope.
The graphics on this, Simon Phipps. Now, I knew he was involved in this because he was involved in Switchblade. This has a lot in common with Switchblade. He also was involved in the Rick Dangerous's, Monty Python's Flying Circus, and some more modern fare like Black Dawn. He also worked on Bub and Sticks, Dragonstone. So he's got a pretty healthy back catalog.
Sure.
And including, he's still in there fighting. Music on this, which is pretty good tunes in here.
Oh, it's got great music.
Martin Ibsen. He worked on Banshee, the Heimdall series, that game Premiere that you liked. Remember the movie game?
Yep.
The Skeleton Crew, Universe, the Jaguar racing game, Deja Vu, the Chuck Rock 2, which I liked. There's a lot of good stuff there. And then for some reason, the box art credits are involved. Brian Linton, who did a game we talked about that was my game of the year last year, Cyberpunks. He also did Doodlebug Bug Bash 2. So there you go. The credits for Wolfchild. Now, I mentioned, Brent, that Wolfchild, which has an elaborate intro.
Yes.
I mean, it's a flashback level of intro. It's not quite...
And flash quality.
It's not... Well, yeah. You took the words out of my mouth right there, Brent. It is... I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But the backstory for this is quite... harrowing, if you allow me. So, and I don't know if did you look into the backstory?
I
get a little bit of it from the opening.
Yeah.
So, if you read the manual for this, it's a very successful scientist, and his gimmick is DNA splicing, and he's working on a super soldier sort of experimental thing for the government. They've got to put up on this island. No one else goes on the island. It's only him and his family. That's it, right? And he's got security because he's working on some off the wall crap, right? So you know what happens when off the wall crap's involved? Somebody wants that stuff. The guy's name was Cal Morrow. So Cal Morrow. So what happens? The bad guy who represents an outfit called Chimera. His name is Carl Drax. You ever notice that the bad guys are never named like Bill Smith?
Yeah,
they got axes and X's and Z's and everything else. So
the evil letters.
Carl Drax and his buddies like overwhelmed the guards on this island. Okay, now keep this in mind. You got the professor there, Cal Morrow. He's got a wife and at least one kid on the island, and he's got 2 kids, but we'll get to that. So they come in and they kill his wife and kid right in front of him.
Yeah, that's how you do
and
it.
he's missing. and they steal the technology that would give them the ability to take over the world with these DNA-designed manimals, if you will. And so, unfortunately for them, they left one stone unturned. His other son, the youngest son, was out doing some research or some crap on the ocean, right? He comes back in, the deal was done, right? So when this game starts, and there's like a preview at the beginning of like what had happened, he's sitting in front of all these computers, and the news is like, no comment from blah, blah. That's when the story picks up.
Yeah.
That's when he can say, I can take no more. And so in the intro, he decides to begin Operation Wolfchild, where he himself has the DNA fused to his body to become the Wolfchild. What did you think of this elaborate cinematic opening?
I mean, it was good.
What do you mean it was good? Can you give me more than that? Did you see all the stuff? There was explosions and elevators, everything.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I mean, the story is especially for an Amiga game of this era, it was very detailed.
Yeah.
It tried its best to make the game make sense.
Yeah.
Which I always appreciate. Yeah, it was good.
I thought there was a cinematic flair. Now, the animation on this ranges from pretty good to There's a scene where he changes into the wolf.
Yes.
What'd you think of that scene?
Not so good.
It was, it's difficult to animate that. This was not American Wolf in London.
Yeah, there was no morphine. This was
even, I would say this is sub-Lon Chaney werewolf. This is way down the list, but still, they did a better job than say I could do.
Well,
so I'm going to give them credit on that. But it does, even inside the rule book, there's some like comic strippy type parts.
Yes. No, you can tell they really liked this story and they were going heavy onto it.
Yeah. So once that's done, it's time for you to play the Wolfchild. So in this game, you're going to go through levels to try to ultimately get to the end and take out the boss. This is a platform affair. When this thing boots up, you see the openings. What were your first impressions of the game itself, the brand?
Well, my first confusion was I'm not a wolf. But
yeah.
But that's fine. That's fine. Oh, I mean, I'll get into that later. I don't quite understand that if you have infused yourself with the wolf DNA, why not go in already wolfed?
Well, there's a reason for that.
All right.
You have to get a power up to wolf up.
No. See, that's not a satisfactory.
Well, no, it makes sense if you think about it. Right? For example, I'm going to give you an example here.
Okay.
You got your cell phone, right?
Okay.
Cell phone runs out of batteries. And then you have to put more batteries in it and your cell phone works again, right? Picture your cell phone has a battery that lasts about 5 minutes. All right. By the time this guy gets up, gets out of his experimental pod, gets in his boat, goes to the island, that he's de-wolfed.
Yeah.
And so you got to hopefully Drax has left some crap on the island to fire him back up. Like he's got to find a charging port.
You think he would have put Wolfchild in airplane mode?
Well, valid point. But so, yeah, he does start in non-wolf mode. It is sort of just weird at first. Now, the opening level of this has you on this sort of like, base.
Helicarrier?
It's sort of like, it's like an aerial boat or something. And you have to fly through.
Boat.
Now, when you're just the guy, you've got the ability to punch, right?
Yes. Yeah,
it's very much like Altered Beast.
Well, sort of.
I mean, it is. You power up the whole 9 yards.
The difference is in Altered Beast, you don't there's never a point in Altered Beast unless you just suck.
Right.
That you have to take on the hard challenges in not super demon form.
Well,
this game, it's very common to take on something incredibly difficult in human form.
That's true. But still, so you do have a what I would call a decent life bar at the top of the screen. You don't think so?
No, it is.
You looked at me like, that's not right.
No, I didn't look like you at all.
Your guy looks pretty cool.
Yeah, graphics look great.
The graphics are good. It's got different planes of detail in the background screen. It's always
it's parallaxy.
It's got music and sound effects.
Yep,
which is nice. Music's good. in the first level, again, you're taking on motion like guys in power armor or like guys who have these mounted cannons.
Which here's another problem. I mean, I'm nitpicking.
You are,
but
all right. You just started.
It's out of a small place of love.
It is,
right? You're in human form, right? You're sitting there punching people. You are knocking people. You're punching them and knocking them off the helicarrier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
well, they killed his parents almost, or sort of.
I mean,
what do you want?
Yeah, but did he really need the wolf DNA? He's punching people on. But when he's sending them like 40 feet backwards.
Whenever you become a Wolfchild, there are 8 different psychic weapons that you get. Yeah. Well, you do. I'm just saying. Right.
For some reason, wolf form allows you to shoot.
Listen, psychic weapons. That's part of the DNA. A lot of people don't realize the psychic abilities of a wolf. But once you meld them with a human, they're killing it out there. So listen to these psychic weapons you can get. I got a list right here. I know you love lists. So you've got your basic, Au gets fireball psychic weapon.
Yeah.
Then you've got the dual shot. Then you've got the arc shot. Sort of like a sink into 3, like Larry Bird. Right? That's that one. Then you got the inappropriately named Flamer, which is your Dawsim, right? Then you've got the Homer, don't. That one hones in on sucker.
A little heat seeking, yeah.
Then you've got the Plasma Ball. You've got the 3-way plasma, and then you've got the Boomer, which is sort of like your Guile.
Yeah.
You'll
see about half these.
Now, one thing...
Unless you really know what you're doing.
Right. We'll get to that. One of the things we didn't mention was you could also pick up smart, like these bombs, like grenades, sort of smart bombs. If you long hold the joystick and you have one of these in your inventory, you'll explode everything on the screen.
Well, yeah, of course. The best way to use a grenade is to throw it and spike it even right at your feet.
Yeah. Well, it's not a grenade, it's a smart bomb. These, as I read here in the documentation, when Saul throws a smart bomb on the floor below him, it shatters, triggering a massive burst of energy. Seems safe to stand on, which takes 10 hits on every enemy on the screen when the explosion occurs. They are handy to have.
Oh yeah.
However, you can easily
oopsie them.
Yeah, you can screw up and you can drop them when you don't want to.
Yeah.
So I went through and played as far as I could get.
And how far was that?
I could get off the helicarrier.
Yep.
And into the woods.
Yes.
And then, because the helicarrier is fairly straightforward.
Yes.
I would say. Once you fight the enemy at the end of the helicarrier, which there is a boss. This thing does have boss fights.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that.
And once you fight the bad guy, I think it was like a
almost looked like a pterodactyl.
Oh, that's right. It was a winged guy.
Yeah.
Then you basically fall into the woods. It's very much. There are parts of this that were very much reminding me of Lionheart. Like this is like I'm not gonna say this is the team move Lionheart, but this is like the discount version.
They were very much attempting to tell a story with their gameplay.
Right. So once you defeat the guy on the first level, the place you're standing disintegrates, and you fall into this woods. The woods are much more difficult to get around in because the way they work these things is there's a certain path you've got to take through these woods, and it's the old Super Nintendo Special. If you fall off one spot, you got to do it all again, which I don't like. Added bonus, the way you get up and down trees, there are these robots, platforms that walk up the trees, but they are insanely slow.
Yes.
And sometimes they just straight up break and dump you off.
Yes.
And so, boy, that's annoying the first time it happens. Your thoughts on the forest level here?
Well, much like yourself, it sounds.
Yeah.
I did not get off the forest level.
I did get to near the boss. I mean, it took me forever to find it. And this is multiple plays. I want to say that. Go ahead.
The positive side with the helicarrier is it is just a straight line. Yeah. There's still jumps to make. There's still, you can go kind of up. It's not just a completely horizontal scroll. It moves up and down a little bit. It feels good, right?
Yeah, it's got a good feel to it. Yeah, I agree.
That makes you think that you're getting a different game than level 2. Because level 2 is essentially a maze. It's a vertical and horizontal maze.
Yeah.
With a ton of slow-moving platforms that if you fall off of them, you have to jump on them again and ride them up slowly every time. It is a complete mood buster. It is a complete mood buster.
It's an odd choice. I will say that.
Never get that feeling back from the first level. The first level is great. It feels great. It feels fun. You become the wolf. You're doing all this fireball shooting crap, killing enemies. Did you ever die on the first level?
Oh yeah, tons of times.
I didn't die at all.
Because at first I didn't realize you could break those boxes, and so I didn't know where to go, and I just got killed. There are boxes. Your guy has the ability to bust through, like sometimes the floor or the wall or these boxes. And so that's how you move. That's how you get through certain areas.
But I never died on the first level. So I felt powerful. I felt strong. I felt like a Wolfchild.
They took care of that, didn't
they? And then the second level, I never died. Well, I mean, I died plenty. But it was more frustration of falling down for the 8 millionth time and then just trying to rush back through it because the enemies in this are weird. They respawn, but they don't. Some seem to respawn,
it seems like
others
they need
don't.
If you go away for a while.
If you go far enough away, that's probably a good explanation.
The bots will always respawn because you need those to get through the level. And so you're saying everything. I agree with what you're saying because the climber bots are real, and they're. I don't know why they did it that way. I was like, man, this is a weird choice. Having the one, like there's one in particular that malfunctions. That really pissed me off.
I thought that was kind of
But it makes you go all the way around again.
Oh, my gosh.
I went around that loop probably 100 times trying to get through it. I finally figured out how to get another jumping thing you got to get on, jumping pad.
And I was so frustrated that I never got through that level, despite my attempts. But I did watch the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And the rest of the game are all linear levels. I mean, they have hidden passages, right? But they're all just the bonus items. There's no, you have to take this path that I saw.
Right.
And it was, the forest level would have been fine. It's like a level 5 or, later in the game. To take how awesome you feel after level 1 and then push you into this horrible situation, complete mood killer for me on this game.
I should mention before we get too deep into this, that I saw some enemies that I thought to myself, you could tell who did this enemy because they were straight up out of Switchblade, a game which me and Boat don't like. I hated that game. But the fellow that did that game, Simon Phipps, worked on this game. He was, like I say, he did the graphics, he did some other stuff. I found an interview with him about this game, just in case anybody's interested in it. He said he began work on this. Keep in mind, this was released in 92 and 1990. And this was the first game that he said he felt like they could go for it on because they had access to an Amiga to program one. They'd done all their previous games starting on the ST. So he had everything ready for it, but did some other stuff, got in the way, and ended up having to make some radical changes. He also mentioned that the game had to change some of its scope when Strider was released. Because this was in the process of being made, and when Strider came out, and I guess the arcade, and they had to change some stuff because they didn't want to look like they were ripping off Strider. Do you see any resemblances between this, or could you see how there could be resemblances between this and Strider? You're pretty familiar with Strider.
I mean, they're both platform. I mean, no, I don't think anyone would have thought they were ripping off Strider.
Yeah.
I mean, platformers are a genre.
I think some of it was the plot of the game because after Strider came out, that's when you had the lycanthropic hero. That's when he said they went to a sort of a futuristic island of Dr. Moreau. That's where they went to that whole scheme.
Okay, I mean, okay. If the Wolfchild bit was the change, then they must have really Stridered it up before. So sure.
He called that, by the way, he called that ship at the beginning a flying sky galleon. So I was right. It was a flying boat. And you mocked me when I said it. So there you go. So anyway, this game, he seemed pretty happy with the way the game turned out, but he got tired of it because they kept wanting to port it to stuff. This game got, and we should mention this before we go on, this game got a bunch of crazy ports. Listen, this is an odd set of ports. All right? The ports you would expect are the Genesis, of course, / Mega Drive, right? The Sega CD, which apparently has a quite a good port. The Super Nintendo got a port. if you can believe that.
Yeah.
But here's the one that threw me. Then they went to the Master System, and then finally, why not the Game Gear? Which he said the Game Gear was ill-equipped to run this game. I did not try any of these, but I did look at the Super Nintendo one. It looked pretty nice, actually. I looked at the scores for the console games. They were not as high as the Amiga scores were.
Well, I think Amiga players are happy to get this type of game, where it's a bit of a struggle, where console players probably not so much.
Well, I mean, just to get into it, as you mentioned, it's got 5 levels. I watched all the levels. I'm like you. I couldn't get to them. And some of it looked like more of the same. I mean, I think some of this game is pretty cheap. There are blind little jumps in this game.
Very few.
And there are some kind of cheap enemies in it.
Oh, definitely.
It also suffers from that problem. This is another thing I liked about Lionheart. This game has that. This is the same thing that was in Switchblade. We commented on the palette. It's very gray and brown.
Brown. Yeah.
And Switchblade 1 was exactly the same. I couldn't figure that out. But anywho, they put some interesting things in this. There's some interesting content there, but I don't think they reinvented the wheel here with this one. So here are the things I do like about the game. I like the backstory. I like that you're playing a wolf. I can understand why you have to do the changey thing, but it is sort of, I don't know, it is pretty Altered Beasty in a way. It doesn't play like Altered Beast, but the plot is sort of altered. I don't know when. I think Altered Beast came out around '92 as well. I have to look into that.
I mean, I don't think anyone's going to be like, man, this is an Altered Beast clone.
I'm correct. I mean, the way he shoots and stuff, it's very Altered Beast. That's all I'm saying. The fact that it was on the Mega Drive, and so I could see why. They're probably like, hey, this is right in our wheelhouse. The sound is top shelf. It's got a lot of power-ups. Some of the enemies are just pretty cool. Big enemies.
Yes.
They're pretty
Huge
interesting
sprites,
looking,
yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of prowess involved with the actual program. One of the things this game does that you didn't see that much in a game like this is bonus stuff. So you could spell bonus and extra in this. When you get bonus, you get 20,000 points. And if you spell extra, you get an extra life. It's just picking up letters like Mr. Do or something.
Yeah.
What do you think about that kind of nutty thing?
I'm assuming they thought, man, it's an Amiga game. We have to have collectibles. So it's not required, so I don't have a problem with it.
It's got so many collectibles. We talked about the 8 different power-ups. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different point balls.
Yeah.
Plus the vitality bonus stuff, plus the vitality replenish bonuses, plus spell bonus and extra. So again, I don't know what it was. What do you think is the mentality that makes these always have all these pickups?
Because
the game strictly a European thing?
Because the game before it had it and it did well. That's what it always is.
This thing even had a shield you could pick up. You could it's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's like probably 20, 25 bonus things you could pick up. In the game. How did you feel about the controls in this one?
You could have really used an extra button.
Here was one of my problems. Now, I played this game on my trusty Neo Geo
did you cheat?
GameCAD. No, what do you mean cheat? No.
That put up as a button?
No, it came like that,
okay.
WHD load. But here was the problem. It had jump in the wrong spot on the joystick pad.
Yeah.
It was killing me. I would rather have had up for jump. I've been playing Amiga games for so long now that I can't help myself. I almost want up for jump. It's killing me. I'm just saying.
In a game like this, no.
So, but how did you would think that they had the collision detection, the platforming elements? Did they meet your specifications as a gamer?
Yeah. I mean, the hit detection was pretty spot on.
Yeah.
I never thought, man, that shouldn't have hit me. I think that the controls are as good as the Amiga can do. Just because I would have rather had a button for jump, and even a button for the grenade would have been nice.
Yeah, the long I've seen worse. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
I've seen worse, but it's not my favorite way to do it.
But 2 buttons would have been well, 3 buttons would have been ideal. 2 buttons would have been better.
How many Amiga games could you say that on over the years?
Most
of them. It's just,
I know.
You have to live with the hand. You play the hand you're dealt.
And I agree. That's why I'm not really ranting and raving about it, because there is no alternative.
Right. towards the end of the game, there's a level, we're looking at it right now. I wanted to make special note of this. It's a tradition in games like this to have the old elevator level. This one takes it to a lazy new height. Half the level is riding up on this giant screen-sized elevator, and then at one point you go down the elevator.
Yeah.
And that makes up a good chunk of like the fourth level.
Yes.
I thought that was sort of low end. There's a lot of parts in the later levels that I just think to myself, how could anyone ever get past these? And all the playthroughs I watched of this, I didn't see anyone get anywhere without cheating.
Oh, I watched.
I didn't see anybody beat this without cheating. So you're telling me you saw somebody beat this without cheating? Now I think someone in our Discord beat it without cheating. I think it was like maybe it was Pajako beat it without cheating, but I mean it was tough. I didn't have access to a cheat thing. Mine didn't have a cheat on it.
Well, the cheating wouldn't have helped me because I just could not get out of level 2.
But that would have helped you because it would have made you indestructible, you see. And then you can keep going.
Okay, that would have helped a little bit. But, I mean, a lot of it was just not being able to get the jumps.
What do you think cheating is?
A lot of it was just not being able to get the jumps or go the right direction.
Yeah.
Okay, is it time? Is it time for me to get to...
Please say your piece.
I have a few... First of all, let me start off by saying, this game is fine.
Here's the disclaimer before you unload. Go ahead.
This game is fine. Yeah. It's a platformer. It looks great. It sounds great.
It is great.
It plays good.
I
have a few problems with this type of game, and then this game really highlighted that.
Yeah.
If you are going to have a character that has a normal form and a super form,
right,
the man and the Wolfchild, you have to make each one of them interesting.
All right.
This game does not do that. Because the way it works is when you get so low on health, you revert to your human form.
Right.
Okay? And then there's a outside the park possibility that you'll get a power up and turn back into the Wolfchild.
Usually bust up some boxes or something. They're in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's saying that you can get to those boxes to actually bust them up.
That's right.
The human side of this is so boring and so underpowered, it should have just not been in the game. He does nothing special.
He punches.
He does nothing special. If you look in the manual, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't just missing something.
Yeah.
When you look in the manual over the move list, the wolf talks about all these fireballs. He can smash the ground.
Yeah.
He can do all this stuff.
Well, you can
One
do that.
of the highlights for the human in the instruction manual is he can crouch and press left and right on the joystick, and he will turn to the left and right. I'm not kidding. That's in the manual.
Oh, that is important.
No. That shows
if you're picking up something off the floor, for example.
That shows you how uninteresting the human part of this is. And it's not like Altered Beast, where you get powered up, and then you are powered up for the rest of the time. No, I mean...
In Altered Beast, you got like some magical steroid.
Right, but once he becomes the beast or the wolf or whatever, he stays that until the level's over.
That's true.
And it has a logical in-game reason of why you get depowered. This game, once you turn into the human, you're boned. You're going to die, and it's going to suck. Not having a ranged attack in this type of game is unexcusable. That is my number one gripe with this game. That they made the human part so garbage that it just should have not been in there at all. Thing number 2, which I've already talked about, having your second level as a maze level sucks. The only way it could have been worse is if level 1 was a maze level. No one likes that garbage. Please stop doing it. Number 3. Now, I didn't get to these bosses, but I did watch them in the video, so I know they're in the game.
Right.
Level 1 has 2 bosses. You fight a turret, the snaky turret, and the winged pterodactyl man.
Okay, I guess he does.
Okay?
Yeah.
Both awesome. They're unique sprites. They're unique fight mechanics. Awesome. The end of level 2, I'm pretty sure that has an actual boss too.
It's got a big robot.
Yeah. That jumps around the screen and all the bosses 3, 4, and 5 are all lock you in a room and throw enemies at you. Lame. That is lame.
Well, no, there is like a devil guy at the very end. That's the fifth level.
The very last boss.
It's like he's a human bull.
There's
something like that.
The only two other bosses that are in this is some like crustacean type thing that you fight, and then the final boss, right?
Not to ruin it.
You can't have, if you can't come up with enough bosses to fill at the end of every stage, you've got a problem. Maybe they were rushed. Maybe they didn't have the budget.
Well, now some games have the more environmental, like the bug level. It makes sense to have swarms of bugs come after you.
And then on the next level, they had swarms of guys come after. It's lame, Aaron.
That's the guy level.
It's lame. That you have to be able to put a boss at the end of each of your levels, especially when you only got 5 levels. Those were my problems with the game.
Yeah, that's not bad though for you. You know, I will say, you're right. When you're playing as the guy, everything that's cool happens when you're not the guy, and you're not. It reminds me. Remember the X-Men, the game, the beat 'em up. You can't only use your mutant powers like every once in a while, and then when they're gone, you don't have them, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm a mutant. Like Wolverine's got his claws, that's neat. Now he doesn't have them. That was bugged me in that game, and that's what this reminds me of, sort of. It's the same thing. I thought it was a pretty good game. I didn't hate it. I thought it was a lot better than Switchblade. I don't know. Switchblade 2 I enjoyed a lot more, so it's somewhere in that ballpark.
Oh, and the game is very brown.
No, and gray, yeah. So let's talk about our fine folks in the community, and then we'll see how their opinions.
I did not read these, so I'm very interested to see what they thought.
We'll see how their opinions scratch up with the actual results that we got from the magazines. Our first entry is from our good buddy Pajako. He says, I gave it a good try, but it beeps me off, so I went to Cheat Town, didn't look back. 25 minutes later, it was done. Oh, that would explain how he beat it. All our Euro platform friends are here. The laterary level design, dilatory. That's a new, must be a Brit Euro slang. Tedious boss fights, invisible traps, collapsing flaws, and a dash of where the hell am I? Oh, and I did get to fight a giant prawn. That's a new one. It's not. Not if you ever played any of the R-Type and its family of games. Those things are all over. Weapons look awesome, but they seem to have the same power and some will actually hinder you due to the way they work. On the plus side, the graphics and music and the sound effects are all top-notch, including the cheesy but fun intro sequence that I really liked. Overall, kind of fun game, but is deliberately frustrating. It would have been one of those greats, but ended up being one of those that greats. Get it? He's very clever, this Pajako fella. Next on the docket here, if I could get my scroll bar to work.
Oh, he didn't give a score?
Oh, he did. Sorry, I forgot to read it. 6 out of 10. Oh. For him, it's a murder.
That's pretty low.
Our good friend Alan Breeder, a.k.a. Alien Breeder, chimes in. Wolfchild is a 1992 action platform for core design released to the Amiga, Sega, and Super Nintendo system. It arrived in the post-Altered Beast era when developers clearly felt compelled to include shapeshifting because turning into a monster automatically made your game 30% more hardcore. Agreed. All 3 versions look and play broadly the same. The difference is mostly the presentation. Graphically, Wolfchild is decent but unremarkable, often using an odd color palette that feels slightly off everywhere. HUDs are a mixed bag. The Genesis is a clean overlay. The Amiga places its HUD outside the play area. Not great, but at least it stays out of the way. And the Super Nintendo does the worst job by eating a chunk of the screen space with a bare-bones bottom HUD. Background choices are bold. The Genesis uses an aggressive dither that never stops shouting at your eyes. They do that a lot on the Genesis. They get overly colorful. The Amiga goes for the copper effect, which is more tasteful. The Super Nintendo has a nice gradient, but then adds foreground clouds and rain. Cool for 1 second, irritating forever. Characters animate well, though the Amiga looks drab, the SNES is too bright, and the Genesis lands nicely in between. Sound is strong on the Amiga and Super Nintendo, with the Super Nintendo edging ahead. The Genesis, meanwhile, plays its music in a volume best described as confrontational. I think Alan Breeder should be a writer. Gameplay is solid, but brutally Euro platformer hard. I jumped to a button on my 8500 pad and still got wrecked. Interesting ideas, but difficulty and repetition drag it down. 670 top bananas out of 1,000.
Oh.
I think that may be the only reviews we got. Just the two. Yes, sir. That's all we got there. I think it's a pretty solid game. So let's see what the mags said about it, the brand. I got a list here of all the reviews to see how they compare.
Let's see if the check's cleared.
So listen, not everyone's crooked, Brent. It's not like your world everywhere. People at Lemon, fine folks over there, gave this a 7.51. The people over at Hog of Light, the lower score, 33%, so roughly in line. Ace gave this a 90. Amiga Action, 94. Amiga Computing, an 86. Amiga Format, a 76. The Joker chimed in with an 81. That's like getting 10 million%. Amiga Power, a 58 at the hammer time. Then you've got the Dator Magazine giving it an 80. Generation 4, a 90. And the One gave this an 84. The average magazine rating, 76%. I would say that's a bit low. I would say this is a B title, a strong B title. I wouldn't say B+, but I'd say B. Wouldn't you say B on the Amiga?
I'd say 6. 6 out of 10.
6. So you're giving this the big squadoosh, no dice. You know,
well, no. If 5 is average, then 6 is above average.
Well, I mean, I don't know about that. I looked on the eBay. You know, this is one of Core's last Amiga games, and that means you have to pay. It does have a cool box. I saw this being advertised at $68 and $95 for the big box, but don't look at me so sillily because this sold for $50 and $122. Sold, complete in box. So if you've got Wolfchild for the Amiga sitting at the house, you're in the money, in my opinion. Any parting thoughts on this one, the Brent? What's your overall? Is this a play it or skip it? Just say it now.
I mean, if you're an Amiga head and you have not played this, it's worth playing. It looks great. It sounds great. Just don't, sell your soul to get it, and don't
sell it.
Don't expect to run through it easily.
My thoughts on this one: it's a wolf, man. It's not all bark and no bite, but if you play it, you may get ticks.
Are you a sketchy tech? Do you have the right tools for the job? Have there been incidents? Next time, don't try to fix it yourself. Send your broken Amiga to Retro Rewind. Get a full diagnostic, a reasonable estimate, and the peace of mind knowing that your machine is in the hands of real technicians with decades of experience and cutting-edge repair equipment. Save 10% off your repair with the promo code AMIGOS10. Thank you to RetroRewind.ca for supporting this episode.
Amiga News.
All right, we got a quick news segment this week because really there's only one event that we're going to cover. It all went down last Saturday in Boat's Basement. This was Amigathon 2026, the Brent.
Yes.
It was myself. It was John Bodokar-Schaller. It was you. It was John Marshall. It was TSI Matt holding down the money train as we guided that thing stealthily into the station.
Right into the children's hospital.
Yeah, probably shouldn't drive it off the tracks in retrospect. Listen, first and foremost, we want to thank everyone who donated or sat around and watched or spread the word. We put an arbitrary goal up every year. Like, we never expect to hit the goal. And sometimes you hit it and sometimes you don't. But we were fortunate enough this year with the help of everyone out there to not only hit the goal, but surpass it. It's even went up in the past few days. What are
Sally
we at?
Schaller, thank you for that.
Thank you, Sally. So where are we at right now? With the goal was $5,000 for the Children's Miracle Network. And where do we end up right now?
We currently have, and there's still time to donate.
Yep.
$5,530.
Very good. So first of all, give yourself a round of applause for coming through for the kids. We had a ton of donations. Every donation was appreciated and accepted. And I want to, just to make a couple quick shout outs, I want to thank John Marshall for providing food for everybody at the the event, and several hundred other people. Someone didn't tell John that 50 people weren't going to be there. He brought like 600 pizzas. That was nice of him. And I want to thank TSI Matt for being there to like help us hold it down as well. It's good to have people come around. The weather was god awful.
Yes.
And here's a little hidden tidbit. If you're watching the video right now, the background here, this is exactly what Boats Road looked like. I have never been as afraid for my life as I was coming off Boat Hill. It was almost Boot Hill. I slid down that thing like I was in one of those gimmicks in the Olympics.
You know what I did? I was like, well, on my way to John's, I had to pass like 6 people. And this road, they've never saw the Mr. Plow episode, much less got any kind of road treatment done. So I had to pass 6 people on the way there. I had to leave early. I had other responsibilities, unfortunately. On my way home, I got to the death hill, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let it go.
Yeah.
And I just gassed off, brake off, and just down that hill at 1,000,000 miles an hour. If I would have come across someone, I would have killed them and their next born child.
Coming down that hill was eerily similar to what it must have felt like for that guy on the ABC Wild World of Sports when he careens off the ski jump to his death. The agony of defeat guy. That's what I felt like. I just let Jesus take the wheel as I careened down the ice. But I knew that we'd built up so much good karma that it would be, there's no way they're going to get killed on their way from the charity event. And so, again, I want to thank everyone who participated. We had a couple $1,000 donations this year from Retro Dream State. Thank you, Retro. From our good buddies in Willard at the American Legion post, 342 in Willard, Kentucky, donated $1,000. Thank you so much out there. I know those guys were out there watching it. Can you imagine a bunch of old veterans are checking us out?
Hey, that's awesome.
I love it. They're a great bunch of people out of Willard. Look up Willard, Kentucky sometime on your atlas and see where that's at. You'll get a kick out of where that's located.
Bring your magnifying glass.
I want to thank Frank over at Retro Rewind for a big donation as well. We had a lot of big donations. Every donation was important.
Yeah, I mean, they all go towards the total, so that counts.
Now, we will be keeping the Amigathon.com website up until November. So if you feel so inclined and would like to add to that total, please feel free to go in there and drop a few bucks for the Children's Miracle Network. All proceeds, of course, go directly to the hospital.
Yeah, we don't let Aaron touch the money. He gets it all dirty.
Yeah, no kidding. I will go out and get pizza right now.
Oh, no. John's got pizza covered.
Yeah. So, again, thank you very much. I'm sure that momentum will take the charity throughout the year, and hopefully by the end of the year we'll have one final total to sum it up. So the next big event for us will be in July for Boat Fest 2026. We'll get into that as the summer begins, but we're looking forward to that. There's already been a lot of chatter, and for the people that were interested, and I've been asked about it, we are going to run an International Computer Club sometime in the next month or two, probably in March or April. More details to come once I figure out what a good day is to do it. Any of these days where I can't leave the house would have been great days.
Would have been a perfect day.
Would have been great days to do it. So thanks again, everybody, for hanging and banging with us for Amigathon. Now, Brent, I know what you're asking yourself. Aaron, what are we playing next week? Well, the news is you're not playing jack squat, pal. Let's see what I and the mystery guest are playing next week. Look at it's right there. Bam! It's our second look episode, Brent. And we'll be playing the Three Stooges. Just like the thing.
If you start it now, you might get it loaded in time.
Yeah, and we're going to have a special guest next week. Bo will be in San Antonio, Texas, I think it is next week. So we're bringing in a ringer for this one. More details to come. But this is going to be a special crossover episode. Should be a lot of fun. And just before we go, your thoughts. You know, Three Stooges, the year we did the review, it won Worst Game of the Year on the Amiga. Your thoughts on the Three Stooges game?
I mean, outside of the incredibly crippling loading times, It's a fun mini game.
That's right. You need to come to the realm of WHD load, my friend.
Well, no, you can't. I don't think it's fair to review games.
I do. That's exactly how I review them. It's 2026. It's not 1985, brother. Get with the way it is now. Thanks everybody for checking us out on Amigos. We will see you next Friday, same bat time, same bat channel. And until then, adios.
Amigos is made possible by contributions from listeners like you. Patreon supporters help choose the games we play, receive exclusive magnets, and get access to the Amigos Retro Gaming Discord server. Visit patreon.com/Amigos Podcast if you'd like to support the show and join our community.
Bam. What'd you think of that one, the Brent?
I had fun.
Oh, boy. Let's have more fun now.
Oh.
I said let's have more fun now.
And I said, oh.
Thanks, everybody. We're going to double up. Double your fun. And show them what we're doubling up. Let's get it. Get it in there. Here it comes, everybody. That's it right there.
I got it.
Oh, okay. You want me to do it? Okay.
Well, yeah. I kind of thought you might do something.
Bam. Feast your eyes and fantasize. Lo, it came to pass. It's a ZX Spectrum +2. Bam. There it is. Make that look better.
Wow. You somehow botched it.
Now, everything ran nice and smooth on Amigos. Now it's time for a train wreck because Brent's taking the wheel. Prepare yourselves as we switch scenes. Here we go. We are now switching scenes.
Woo!
My God, that's the most irritating thing I've seen you do for a long time. And that's saying something. Look, we made it, everybody. I think he's there next week. It's either this week or next week, and I think he's there this week. Or next week, I think. He's going for some kind of conference gimmick. You should talk to Boat. He knows. I don't know nothing. I don't.
Duh.
You need a keyboard for anything?
I do not.
So, Wolfchild, a 6 out of 10?
Yeah.
Sort of a burial.
No.
See, this is how I know you don't do this show every week.
Here's the thing. And I hate this. I hate this when people do this.
All right.
On a 1 to 10 scale,
Yeah.
you have numbers 1
Yeah.
to 10.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
No. You have when you do a 1 to 10 scale, you have a scale from 6 to 10.
I do it like a grade school.
Well, you're an idiot.
You know,
so
that hurts. That hurts when you say that.
I know. That's why I say it.
You know, I stopped saying that because they made that soundboard. That's why I'm nice to everybody now.
Oh, is that what it is?
Because I thought to myself, my God, I've called everyone an idiot so many times. Maybe I should get a soundboard where I say nice things about people.
How's that
you're
work?
good looking.
No, but see, that's a lie.
That's right. And see, Pike Billy gets it. See, that's what I said, Petzl. Exactly what I said. That's exactly. See, some people know that are down with the old school, the old Detroit. All right, let's see here. Let me get my.
Get your notes up.
You know the great thing. So now I'm out. I've ran my show.
Oh, I did.
All I've got to do now is just kick back, and now you get to do. You run everything.
Well, I click the buttons.
No, you're the host of R. Sinclair.
No, I'm not.
What do you mean? We're both the host, but you're the main host.
No.
Since when?
Since always. Are you ready?
No, I'm not ready. I'm not the host. It takes me longer. You know, I've got to think here. I've been keeping track of my diet on here.
Pat Billy, he also said he didn't know that song and didn't want to know that song. And then he was like, oh, wait, I know which one it is.
Anyway, I forgot what I was saying.
Duh.
Man. I hope everyone here is ready to learn about car racing. Brent, Brent loves my history pieces. Wait till next week. You better tune in for Three Stooges. That's going to be off the charts. Top Banana's a 10. You base every other game on Top Banana. Heck Boy gets it. It's good to see you guys in here. If for anyone that came in while we were not paying attention, which is most of the time, I didn't know Mitsuyan was in here until I just looked up. I'm like, there he is.
Yeah, he continued his 8 billion show streak.
I saw Oron was in here. I like Oron, but he's sketchy, brother. You know that, Pack Billy? We're going to get some singing in this year, Pack. No one can stop us. I'm serious, because we're big guys. No one can do it. Who's going to stop me? Nobody.
I'm a pretty big guy.
Don't think I won't pound a geek for not letting me sing.
You can sing all you want.
What's up, noob? Good to see you. I thought that guy did see you come in, the noober. The noobster. I can't get up there. Oh, you've got the mouse. Man.
Just keep trying. Keep trying.
It's been a long... I couldn't believe... I swear to God, I looked up Friday. I was like, my God, thank you, it's Friday. And it was Wednesday. I was like, how is this possible? How is this possible?
Dude. Okay. Little story time. So...
Is this a pre-show story? Should this happen during the show?
No, this is definitely not show material.
But you'll go off on a tangent at your leisure.
No.
All right.
So, I take care... For anyone who doesn't know, I take care of my stepsister. She's disabled. We tragically lost both her parents.
That was crazy, man.
2 years ago, and so someone has to stay with her. I quit my job, and I'm staying with her now. Well, I don't stay with her. I take care of her. I get her lunch and dinner.
You're
take
there
care
a
of the
lot
house.
of time,
blah blah blah.
12 hours a day at least.
I do not stay there 12 hours, not even close. But she is. She has some mental problems as well, so she is very routine. So Monday for lunch, it's always Arby's.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Captain D's. Wednesday, McDonald's. Yada yada yada.
Those are all good choices, by the way.
I have messed up. I don't call days Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday anymore. It's Arby's day.
Yeah.
Arby's is Monday. And it will, that my life has absolutely changed. You know, tomorrow's not Saturday. Tomorrow is Taco Bell. Taco Bell day.
What did she get at Taco Bell?
She gets 3 soft Supreme tacos.
Mm-hmm. I don't like the hard ones.
Well, she is a soft taco eater.
Yeah. Have you tried that Arby's deal? Have you tried that yet? The $8 one? It's pretty good.
Well, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Did I say sister? Our stepsister? No, sister. Yes, she is obviously my sister.
We don't have a White Castle in West Virginia, Super Tech Boy. It's our state's biggest sin to not have a White Castle.
Well,
and that's saying something.
I can think of a few worse ones, but that's fine.
I can't.
So when you lose a day or 2 days, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, I thought it was Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta still blah blah. No, when I screw up a day, I'm in trouble. Because if I show up with like Arby's and it's Taco Bell day,
the good thing is you just eat whatever you bought and then go get whatever you want.
That's 100% what happened.
Have you ever hedged your bets and just bought one of everything?
No, it cost a fortune. But all joking aside, she is a sweetheart.
Yeah.
She is, thankfully.
Just had a birthday.
That she just turned 46. She just every other Thursday I take her bowling because her parents were professional level bowlers. So She has always she can't walk a straight line sometimes, but she can get on a bowling lane and tear it up. She bowls 3 games. She bowled a 115, a 104, and a 136. And she was so excited that she called everybody she could think of to let her know.
Can you or your wife bowl?
Terry can bowl. Christian can bowl. I don't.
I'm great
bowl.
at that Wii bowling. I'm the king dong in that.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Yeah, that's the way I like to do it. You know, I wish I could set my days up because my days, unfortunately, every day for me is the same food. Now, the thrill has gone away.
Is it soup day again?
Well, you saw what I was eating when you got here today. What was it?
You were wearing most of it.
Well, I mean, it's the soup strainer that takes care of me. It's like a filter. Should we? I do like what I did. I did get White Castle while I was at training. In fact, I got into town because I don't want to broadcast, but I started diet in January. But I knew I wasn't going to make it to the week of training without having White Castle. I knew it. I was like, okay, that's what I planned for it. I drove to town early. I checked in at a hotel. I drove straight to White Castle. I got food. I brought it back. I'm like, here it is. Like, because I've been eating garbage. I've been eating good food, not the good stuff of garbage. I sat it down. I turned on some Star Trek. The setting was perfect. And I ate the White Castle. And guess what? It was not that great.
I can only assume you ate it in the bathroom just to save time.
No, listen. Bathroom's right next door. Let's start the show.
All right. It's going to go dark. Things are going to happen. I'll hit you with a little
Punch in the groin.
Music
repeatedly.
right beforehand just so you don't feel odd.
What does that mean?
Here we go. You've got to put it down, man. It's time.
Oh. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting trip down the joyous lane of the ZX Spectrum with R. Sinclair. It's two crazy, nutty, hillbilly types look at the exotic European computer, the ZX Spectrum. Sorry, you tickle me with your yokel talk. I am a local legend, Amigo Aaron, joined by everyone's favorite yokel, the BRENT.
Excuse me, Aaron. I speak yokel.
Yeah, I believe it. The BRENT, we've got a special week this week because we're both, anyone that's thinking about hill folk, they know we love going down the back roads in our pickup trucks, hauling white lightning and escaping from the law. Sometimes we jump over rivers or lakes. Sometimes we make a quick right turn and they careen into a fence. Then we hit our hilarious horn and we head right to the distillery to dump that stuff off. This game is very similar to that because this week we're playing WEC.
Wow,
Le Mans.
We're just getting right into it, huh?
But that's all what we're playing. And I wanted, since I went into how racing is around here. When you were young, the BRENT,
yes.
Did you get into any sort of racing? Have you ever been into like race car stuff?
Oh my gosh, no.
Let me ask you this: do you work on cars?
No.
No. Can you drive a car?
Sometimes.
I was in that racing cars when I was very young, because in the old days on TV, you didn't have any choices, and so I was in the racing cars, bullfighting, ski jumping, whatever Wild World of Sports was playing. I was into it, arm wrestling, and sometimes they would show funny cars, which are my favorite type of racing, drag racing. The old man was a drag racer. He was telling me tales, by the way, of him and his buddies drag racing right down to capital city of West Virginia, and they were shooting guns at each other with blanks in it as they went down the street.
Makes sense.
They said people were jumping for cover on the sides of the roads. I thought to myself, how are you not in jail, Dad? So, but this is the way.
Say he wasn't.
But once we saw Funny Car, then eventually, I believe it or not, you're not gonna believe, I used to watch the Indy 500 every year, and I would get into it. All the guys that were participating in that sort of car race. I used to watch some of what became NASCAR, that sort of racing. And then I fell out of it eventually because I didn't like the direction. Even as a kid, I'm like, they were putting restrictor plates and crap on. And when they made the race more safe, which was good, they made it less interesting, which was bad. I hate to say it, but it's true.
Yeah, you are a horrible person.
But when it comes to stuff like open cockpit racing or F1 racing, I never got into any of that. That's just not something I really got into all that much. And also, eventually, it occurred to me that I'd seen the same car go around the circle 20 times. And it looked the same the 20th time as it did the third time. Then I was out.
Yeah, I feel for you. I feel it. Aaron, did you know that we are related?
I did know that.
To a West Virginian Hall of Famer.
We are.
Yeah,
Who?
Earl Dowdy.
Oh, our dad's brother.
Yes.
And what's in the Hall of Fame for?
He is for being a stud racer.
Oh yeah, him too.
Yeah. I've talked to the people who run the West Virginia Motor Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And he's a big wheel. Well, I mean, he unfortunately has passed, but he was a big deal back in the day.
Now listen, I want you to explain to all these people what is the incredible facility that they house this Hall of Fame in?
Oh no, you mean the one at the courthouse? Yeah.
That's it. And where's it at in the courthouse?
I don't know that.
It's in a corner in the bottom floor. There's a little wall area dedicated to this.
Now, I'm going to shoot right back to you, Aaron.
All right.
I haven't been at my job for a couple years now, so I don't know exactly what happened. But they were pursuing funding to have their own place built to house the West Virginia Hall of Fame.
Very good.
So boom, bada boom.
I think
that's right.
You can get those portable buildings cheap.
Well, no, they're going. You
mean one with indoor plumbing?
They showed me the plan, and they when I last heard, they had money. They had the money. It's going to happen. So
well, I will say motor racing is a very important sport in these parts. There are some racetracks
just
around.
Not to us.
Just not to us. Now, I will say there are some motorsports that I do enjoy, and that's your demolition derby. I like that. In fact, that's the only one I like, to be honest with you.
I like when they race the little diecast cars.
I like that Interstate 76 game.
Yeah.
I like, Carmageddon. I like that. That's the kind of crap I like. I want smashes and crashes. That's the only reason I was into it. I'm a bad fan.
You're a bad person overall,
That
Aaron.
hurts, but you're not wrong.
Now, Aaron, what are we looking at today specifically?
Well, as I mentioned before the Brent, it's WEC Le Mans. Now, before we get too deep into the game.
Of course, I mean, we are a game show place after all.
We're going to talk about what is WEC Le Mans. Do you know? I'm going to
guess it has to do with racing.
Well, it does. First of all, Le Mans is a place. Did you know that?
Aaron,
it's in the Big F, France. This is the first.
I don't think they like to be called that.
The first race in the World Endurance Championship took place all the way back in 1923, the Brent. And the first WEC World Endurance Championship took place in 2012. And they're still going today. One lap of this track is 8.467 miles. And this thing runs for like 24 hours.
Yeah, it's a biggie.
Oh, yeah. Now, here's some, I didn't realize this is one of the big races in the world. It's known as one of the Triple Crown of Motorsports. How many of the Triple Crown of Motorsports can you name aside from the WEC's Le Mans?
I'm pretty sure that's the one Secretariat won, isn't it?
No, idiot. The Monaco Grand Prix, which also has a video game. It's got an arcade game.
Yep.
And the Indy 500. That's the informal Triple Crown of endurance racing. I didn't know that. The winner on the Le Mans is judged differently. I think it's judged by lap time, like the best lap time, which you're not actually out there racing a guy head on.
Well, usually you don't want to race head on no matter what's going on.
I don't recommend ever. So just as for those, since we've got an international audience, people might be wondering what country has the driver that won the most races?
Probably not us.
No, it's not us.
I'll say Germany.
It's Denmark.
Oh, okay.
Tom Christensen has won 9 of these endurance races, and the team with the most wins is the German. You were close.
Bam.
Jost Racing has won 13.
Woo.
13 races. So, pretty interesting. And, of course, these endurance races, what do they test? Your ability
I'm going to guess endurance.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what does that mean? The car's ability to stay running while it's getting killed out there. Your ability not to kill yourself. If Le Mans is anything like the game, it's the most dangerous and deadly race in the history of man. I can tell you that right now. Now, before we get to the ZX game, now it's time to talk about the arcade game. Did you know this is based on an arcade game? It is.
No.
Yeah, I got 1 million of them. This was based on a game called WC Le Mans 24. This was co-developed by Konami, TechnoStar, Corland, and Alpha Denshi, published by Konami, and released in 1986. This was a contemporary with Outrun, to give you a time frame. So get this. This thing was an expensive mega cabinet that, much like Outrun, had different cabinet types. So check this out. It had 3 different cabinet types. It had an arcade upright version, a mini version, and a big spin version that lets you actually get in a gimmick and go 360 degrees. You know, that shtick.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Wow. This type.
Oh, yeah. I'm not done.
Okay.
The front of the big spin arcade machine looks like a prototype C race car. This is all coming from Claw and Wiki. And to get this, though, this was an expensive game. How expensive? In 86, this thing cost 7,000 pounds to purchase. In today's money, you're talking like 28,000 pounds.
That's a lot of quarters.
That's a lot of cheddar right there. You got that right. So this thing ran on a pretty interesting dual. I think it was dual. I believe it was like dual 68,000 processors. I looked to see what else ran on this. Like it's a little cloudy. I'm not just to say a formal like format of games. I think it was specifically made for this game. You could hear about all the people that were involved in it. So this is exactly like the ZX game.
No, wait.
Go ahead.
We can't just skim over this arcade thing.
Go ahead.
A question comes to mind.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
When you're pitching this to the arcade operator,
Yeah.
right? How does that go? It's like, yeah, won't you buy our racing game based solely on endurance racing? Oh yeah, and it costs $27,000.
Well, 7,000 ain't that money.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, if you're saying the whole point of this race is to race for 24 hours, and you're trying to sell that to a coin operator, that's tough.
I may be able to tit your tat here
All right.
if you allow it.
I won't.
So,
go moving on.
This game was, again, released in 86 at the Amusement and Trades Exhibition International Show in January of 87. All right, because this came out, they released it at the very end of 86. There were 2 standout games that were said to have stolen the show. Stole the show. What were they? They were Outrun, and they were this. WEC Le Mans. So this had a lot of hype. This thing ran on twin 68,000 processors. Big. This thing was a real complicated bit of kit. All right?
How many of these have you played in your years?
I've never seen one.
How many times have you played Outrun?
Hold on a second. This game was commercially successful at arcades. Okay? In Japan, Game Machine listed WC Le Mans in their January 15th, 87 issue as being the most successful upright unit of the month. That means something over there. And the spin cabinet went on to be the 4th highest grossing upright / cockpit arcade game of 87 in Japan, just below Outrun, Hang On, and Darius. So that's not bad. I'm just saying, number 4 is not bad.
Unfortunately, I'm going to guess that Outrun cabinet back in the day didn't cost $18 bajillion.
Well, you got to remember, Outrun had different types of cabinets, too.
It did.
You know, so there you go. So with all that said, you know it was going to be port time. And port time came to town. This got ported over to the ZX Spectrum in 1989 and was published by Imagine Software. This had a whole slew of people working on it. These guys all had a lot of experience. You had Mike Lamb, John Mullins, Jonathan Dunn, Bill Harbison, and Alec Morrow, who all worked on this game. As far as I could tell, there was a 48K version that when you played it, you got 0 sound. Then there was a 128K version, and when you played it, you got motor noise. I played both. Now, I don't know. I couldn't tell for certain if they were on the same cassette. If you flipped it, I don't know what the deal is on it. Or it could be a hack. But I will say, playing this game on the 48K with no sound it's got sound, just not during the race. It's completely dead silence.
Guess which one I played?
The dead silence one, no doubt. This has all your usual controller possibilities. Original price this one on cassette was £8.95. If you want to get the god-awful disc of Doom, that would run you £14.95.
So full price game.
This also was released on the Amstrad CPC, the C64, and the MSX. I looked at the Amstrad and C64 versions of this. The Amstrad version looks pretty darn good. The C64 version is infamously crap. Which, it always makes me laugh when they do. Like, why? Why does it suck? I don't know. I didn't look at the MSX version. I'm sure it's pretty good. So, when you fired this one, Brent, what were your first impressions?
Well, my very first thought was, man, this is ugly. But
did you think that?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it looked pretty good.
I thought it looked pretty ugly. I think that their choice for road color and car color should have been swapped. But that's just me. I will have to say, I knew this was an endurance race of some sort.
Endurance race, all right.
But I did not know all the history, so thank you for that. This reminded me, excuse me. This reminded me, what is the turbo from the arcade? It kind of had that turbo type feel with the road going up and down.
It's not that good. I love turbo. Sorry.
Okay.
It's got that cool thing where you go around the corners. It looks like the interstate, so it's awesome.
Well, I that's what I felt. I felt this was very turbo like, and that is, of course, that is not an insult. That is very much
we love turbo.
A positive.
Yeah.
But that was my first impression was, man, this is ugly. And I wanted the road to be black, and I wanted my car to be yellow. But that's fine. I accept what I've got.
I thought it comes up. It's got a nice logo.
Not really.
I thought it did. When you hit start, the letters spin, which is a nice touch. I'm just saying they didn't have to do it. I look for the little things.
Okay.
Now, the first thing, if you ever played that F-Zero, remember that
Yes.
game? Where it looks like you're like an alien world sometimes when you're playing it, sometimes
Yes.
you are. This game looks like you're racing on the sun, for example. It's a big yellow, but I mean, you're right, color-wise, but I mean, they did the best they could. But I will say, I think graphically, this is an outstanding game.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
This thing, when you get going on this, I mean, listen, this crushes Amiga Outrun in terms of the way it looks.
Oh, yeah.
Like the illusion of speed, the ability to speed up, that other crap on the screen, it crushes the. Why can't it crush that? Could someone answer that? I'm sorry. Your car is is a much different color than the other cars, which is good because they all look the same except for the color.
Yes.
This game has road signs. It's got crap on the side of the road. It's got those speed lines that you always see to it. I mean, they work. Like, what world is this? It's like you're racing through a giant golf course. You know how they have those two different types of like terrain? But I mean, it works. The speed lines work. It's also got the little gimmicks on the side of the road, the little race lines.
Yeah,
those work.
the berms.
You know, the berms. Thank you. That's a technical term. You've got a lovely blue sky, and you've got the timer in big letters.
Actually,
there.
everything on the upper part of the screen, you would never know this was a ZX Spectrum game.
Oh, I mean, it looks good.
That's a compliment.
You've got your hilariously your lap time. So you start off this game. It's your typical racing game. When they say go, everyone else leaves. Now, I learned something pretty early on. Okay, this is just like Outrun. You've got a low and a high gear.
Yes.
Okay, and you can brake. And so there are a few things to remember when playing this on specs because you've just got the one button. Okay.
Well, that's all you need. Yeah.
Right. That's all. Well, I mean, no, it would be because this has up for go.
Well,
okay?
It has whatever you want it to be, but yeah.
Well, I mean, so I've got when you use the Kingston setting, the button does the gear shifting.
Okay.
And you hit up for go.
Okay.
I don't like up for go because it makes it harder to steer. But this has what I call the test drive acceleration gimmick. When you accelerate to wherever you want to go, you just let go of that, and it just stays there. Once you understand that, your racing is going to get a lot better. Because at first, I was holding forward and trying to negotiate, and you can't. This game requires pinpoint driving prowess. Early on, if you get up to speed quickly, I promise you're going to crash. because that wall of cars that left you in the dust, it's still out there. And when you gear up to get to them, it's like a rolling stop. You know, rolling stop. You can't get past this barricade of death. They have to let those cars break up a little bit before you can sneak past them. This game.
Can I?
Oh, go ahead.
Can I do a little?
Yeah, get in.
Little
there.
jump in. Right
jump
now.
in there.
Wrong.
Yeah.
You have to gun it. You have to gun it. You have to shift as soon as you can and thread the needle through those 4 cars. Absolutely. It can be done. It is a must to do. Otherwise, you are trapped behind those cars forever.
Well, no, I mean, they move around.
Forever.
They move around eventually.
No, you have to gun it.
How many laps did you complete in this? You completed 2 laps?
Yes.
That's pretty good. I completed,
Bam.
I completed almost 2. Anyway.
This is... I can't hold it in any longer.
Go ahead. Get in
This is a great game.
It is?
This is an awesome game.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the first time I have ever raced in a racing game and got bumper to bumper to the car in front of me where I'm in the corner. I can't get around them right at that time. And I'm sitting there tweaking gas and brake. I'm just tapping them almost track and field style, so I can just keep right on them, and as soon as that curve's done, I blow through them. This game is one of the best racing games I have ever played on an 8-bit system.
Wow.
I loved every aspect of it. I loved it. I loved the sense of speed. I love the brake, gas, and steering in it. It's got a little the little are you going left or right signal, the indicator at the bottom to let you know how far you've got the wheel.
Yeah.
It is spectacular. It controls better than any joystick or digital racing game that I have ever played. I enjoyed this so much, I cannot express to you in words properly. And that's what I'm being paid to do right now. How much I enjoyed playing this game.
We're getting paid?
Oh my gosh, I loved this.
Man, you're putting it over.
Oh, it was so good.
If you will allow me to retort.
All right.
This game, first of all, I played the arcade version.
I didn't do any of that garbage.
Well,
right to the ZX
I'm gonna get into a gimmick here, okay?
Oh, watch. Bam! Thread the needle, baby.
Is that you playing
That's
right there?
me
Yeah,
playing.
but they stayed wide open right there. Like
That's if
almost.
you get them fast enough, that they do.
So I played the arcade version of this. I just put together a lovely new arcade control panel, everybody, and it's got a new spinner in. I think, yeah, we're gonna try the spinner in this racing game, right? Well,
that's stupid.
If you wanted,
it's made digital.
Hold on a second.
All right, I'm sorry.
That's irrelevant to what I'm getting into.
Okay.
This game in the arcade is one of the things I read about it was known for being viciously, sadistically, vengefully difficult. It hates you and everyone you've ever loved and everyone that's ever loved racing. It hates you. It will give you no quarter. So I was like, okay, the ZX Spectrum version is very similar. They play, I mean, they don't look the same, but they play very similarly. The guys that put this together, I'm not going to fault them too much because they stayed true to the arcade machine. But the problem is, this thing is ludicrously difficult. It is ludicrously difficult. Now, I will admit, there were those times, especially once I got a good grip on the controls, when you set your speed, the good thing about it is that you can lower or raise your speed you can literally be in tandem with the guy.
Boop, boop, boop. Oh,
and then
so
at that
awesome.
point, you've got to sort of wait to get around them. But it is so easy and frustrating to spin out in this game. If you touch another racer and 1 pixel touches you,
yes,
spin out.
Yes.
And he just keeps going. If 1 pixel of you touches a tree or a sign on the side of the road,
yes,
you're spun out.
Yes.
And when you're spun out, there's the long, arduous process of straightening the car up and putting it back on the
does
track.
not take your time.
And it does give you a break on the time, but still, it stops the flow of the game.
It does. But you know what you do? You don't wreck.
Well, no kidding. Duh. But another thing you got to remember is that when you wreck, you got to put that sucker back in low. That's something else when you wreck. Instead of just getting back into the action, like, for example, you play San Francisco Rush, for example, and you wreck, it just beams you towards the other races. You're at speed. It doesn't stop the flow of the game. They learn. They never learn that in this game or Outrun, because then you've got to go through the arduous task, put it in low, drive until you can put it in high, and drive it high. Then you have to get forever to get anywhere. The curves in this are tight. The track is small. The track is just wide enough for 3 vehicles to line up side by side, and I mean barely.
That's what makes the beginning so awesome.
And so when you're driving this thing, you're going to come up into areas. Presumably, the racers come out randomly. Now, I noticed this as you get to the second level or the second lap, you get more cars.
A lot more cars.
And I watched people. It's another game where I didn't see anyone beat this legitimately. Not one person online. They were all cheating.
Yeah.
They had some kind of gimmick that could add extra time. I didn't know how to do that. I didn't want to do that.
Nah.
But as you get further into the game, the amount of racers you have to deal with becomes more prevalent.
Yeah.
It's a difficult, frustrating game, but I will give you this bone. At certain points, there is a lot of joy to be taken in successfully getting past things that look difficult.
Yes.
The accuracy has to be pinpoint. Now, I'm not going to badmouth the control itself. The control was pretty tight, but it's just
magnificent.
It's so difficult to negotiate around these racers. This is not enduro race or something where you're going to have different types of weather or different types of track. I mean, the track looks good, and this is the track. This is going to be it. You go around it. I believe you go around it 4 times. I believe.
I don't know. I definitely didn't.
And then once you do that, there's a very bizarre screen at the end where the racing people come out and sort of cheer you. It looks like zombies are coming to get in your car, and you're kind of goes like, hey, like gives it the old thumbs up or whatever. So don't play this for the spectacular ending. But if you survive, you should go out and shout that in the streets. I completed the game. I found, you don't think this is too difficult?
No. Again, the feeling you get when you are just millimeters away from death.
Yeah.
Going down the road, just tailing someone around a curve, and the curves on this are so nice. They feel so good. You've got to gas. You've got to brake. You have got to make the best use out of being able to slow down and just hug those corners.
This racing engine
so good.
I wonder if they use this for. I mean, you'd think this would be there's a solid engine here.
Yes.
I mean, there are tweaks I would have made to make this a little more playable, but the fellows that put this together, it was a genius crew. That's for darn sure. And again, say what you will about this game and its difficulty, but it mirrors the arcade quite nicely. It really does. I was really impressed at that aspect of it, because the arcade game is viciously hard. If you're in this sort of game and you don't get frustrated easily, I think you could have a good time.
And that is something that needs to be driven home. If you point one, if you think you're just going to get in this game and hold the gas, don't even play it.
No,
This
is not that kind of game.
It is constant speed adjustment and wheel adjustment.
I would have blown out the transmission, because what I would do is when the turns came up, I just stuck it low as I went around them.
You slow down too much if you do that.
Yeah, I would get killed.
You got to just eke it just a little bit.
This is a hard game.
You have to if you see a car, don't think you're just going to pass that car. There are times when you can pass, and there are times when you cannot pass.
That's true.
The ability to control your car in this is so precise that it just feels so good to ride on a bumper and then whip around them when the track opens up, to hug those curves where you're just teetering on the brim of death. It feels so good. I love this game so much. I
didn't realize you were going to be this into it, but I did put something in here for you. The people that make this game, imagine they put some hints and tips in the back. I thought you might enjoy these.
All right.
Here's hint number 1: change to low gear to go around bends. That's what I do. Hint number 2: try not to oversteer, as this causes the car to skid. Here's a good hint here. Number 3: keep off the grass. It will slow you down. No kidding. And number 4, don't use the high gear too early. Wait for your speed to build up.
Buck 50.
The final big hint, always start in low gear. That's a good hint right there.
Well,
So we did get many a review on this one, the Brent.
well, if they didn't all love it,
Well,
we need to have a chat.
I would get used to disappointment, the Brent. Again, leading the pack, the leader of the pack.
Oh, Pajaco's going to love this.
Pajaco, he loves everything.
No, 8 out of 10 is going to be the minimum score.
He says, what is it with computer-controlled cars in these old racing games? They meander all over the shop, getting in your way, and there's absolutely no need to move around. Are they drunk? Hold on, let me finish. Are they drunk or just a-hole drivers? Whatever it is,
they're
get the
definitely
flip out of the way,
drivers.
man. And this is largely the biggest flaw of this game because no matter how well you drive, there will be crunch points with multiple cars you can't really overtake without crashing out. So you have to drive slowly and bide your time, which is not great for a timer-based racing game. We should have mentioned that. And with sprite collision, as touchy as it is driving anywhere near another car, it's not advisable. Graphically, it's not bad. Holds its own against other 8-bits. It's playable. Keys are better than joysticks. Did you play the keys?
Yes, have to.
And it moves reasonably well. Audio-wise, if you like the sound of bees, this game's for you. He played the 128. The intro music is nice. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon I could complete this a couple evenings with a little luck thrown in. I reckon you couldn't, by the way. An admirable effort to bring it to the Spectrum, but ultimately not much going on here, so you'll get bored quickly. 6 out of 10. P.S. If you want a better speculate experience, a little less keen with the sprite collision, play the MSX version. I almost completed that on my first try.
Too easy.
The next reviewer here, Jed Byrne. Jed writes, not so long ago we covered Race Against Time.
Yeah.
After playing this modern masterpiece of 8-bit road racing, I was sure that all the old race games were spoiled for me. WEC Le Mans surprised me because I really enjoyed it. What makes WEC Le Mans enjoyable for me is the other racers. They feel like real opponents instead of simple obstacles to be overtaken.
Exactly.
Overtake a few, then crash, and you will see those same cars drive past as you return to the road. Even better, you can be on a bend just behind a cluster of 3 or 4 cars with no way to get through. You have to match their speed and wait for an opening. Then when you see a gap, quickly accelerate and weave your way through. That was an aspect of the arcade game that the programmers almost captured. I agree with that. Sadly, the experience doesn't quite match the precision of the arcade game because there are issues with the sprite scaling. The cars don't scale smoothly and instead jump from one size to another. As they jump from one size to the next, they shift position. You'll find yourself knocked out by a bumper that wasn't there a moment ago. I didn't even notice that.
No, that does happen. That does happen.
The road is presented well, with roadside objects whizzing past and road rising and falling in a way that feels realistic. The position of the sprites on the road ahead isn't always perfect, but they're close enough. It's still fun and better than most. The game's biggest flaw is the lack of variety. You race around the same track with no change of scenery.
Yeah, that's true.
In the arcade, you transition from dusk through night and finish at dawn. On the Spectrum, the signposts, clouds, and the sky remain unchanged. Each lap looks exactly like the one before. This is one of the best classic races on the Spectrum. With a bit of work, it could take first place.
Absolutely.
We've got another one here. A couple more, actually. This game got a lot of action. This is from D-Man, 1982. That's a good year. Decent, but ultimately uninspiring racer. In comparison to other racing games in the Specky, it doesn't have the arcade thrills and spills of Chase HQ. There it is. Though it does share a graphical, superficial similarity. The iconicness of Outrun, even though this is faster, or the proper motorsport simulation of Checkered Flag. There are also some issues with collision detection where it's possible to drive straight through other cars. Overall, a solid but unremarkable 7 out of 10. That
I did not see that.
That would have been great. We also have Stingley here. For a Spectrum game, the moving road is impressive. It winds conventionally up and down hills without slowdown. You could definitely use this road to make a great racer, especially if you could change the time of day. But in this port, nothing ever changes, and you've seen most of what the game has to offer by the second or third corner. For a full-price Specky game released in 1989, there just isn't enough content here. At times, the gameplay feels more like an early 80s dodge the enemy cars game rather than a proper racer. This might be okay for a quick blast. if the collision detection was good. It's not. 6 out of 10.
Crazy. These people are insane. I love you all.
You dropped the hammer on them. And then they pretty much...
It was a love hammer.
That's what that was. Paul H. rolled in here. I chose this due to the memories associated with it back in the day. I think I forced myself to like this more than I actually did, as I borrowed it from a girl I had a crush on back in primary school. There you go. I had no idea she liked games, let alone Spectre games. Alas, the cassette was the only thing we swapped. Jiminy Christmas. Trying it now, even rose-tinted Spectre will still help. It's just an aggressively average game with average music, an annoying sound effect when you spin out, and an eerie silence whilst you put your car back on the track. I think I'll just go play Chase HQ for a bit instead. There's Chase HQ again.
It's good.
It's one of the most beloved games in the history of all of Europe. Chase HQ.
Two completely different types of games.
To compare this with what the reviews of the day were, the Brent, because I know it's killing you to know. Crash gave this a 66. Sinclair User gave this a 91.
There you go.
The Games Machine gave it an 81. Yours, Sinclair, 9 out of 10. So not too bad on that area. And just for fun, I did look this up on eBay. You can actually get this thing for a tenner somewhere in that ballpark if you wanted to. And the original price, as I mentioned earlier, was it only went down a few bucks. So at the bare minimum, it's held its value. The Brent. I think that's all we got. And overall, I thought it was okay. I mean, I was more impressed technically than I was with the game. But when you port something to the computer, the console, you got to make it like the arcade. That's what people want.
Yes.
And so in that aspect, I think they hit a home run.
And the game is not flawless. Only having one race course, even though the course is really good, it's really good.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to have had the rest of the Triple Crown. I know it's completely different racing, but whatever. But man,
yeah, that would have been.
That would
have been a whole different track with whole different cars.
Yeah, I know,
and whole different continents.
I cannot. I was so blown away learning this game, getting better, doing better every time I play. Well, not every time, and once I learned that if you just go, you can split those opening cars down the middle. First of all, having a game where the cars drive off and then you actually catch them is awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm not going to keep gushing, but I could.
I think it's okay. I think the engine's better than the game. But again, they did a good job porting the arcade. Let's talk about what we've got coming up next time around on our Sinclair, the Brent. The people have spoken, and we'll be back for our Sinclair on February 22nd with a game I've never heard of called Cookie.
Oh, I like
Simply
cookies.
called Cookie.
Cookie?
So that might be fun. But we're not gonna be anywhere near our Sinclair for a while, because next week, February 10th, special time because of the Super Bowl, we're gonna be filming this one on Tuesday. We'll be doing an ARG Presents. It'll be games that are simple but deep, sort of like you, except for the deep part. And just to round things out, February 15th on Atari Unlimited, it will be Atari in movies and television.
Yes,
That'll be fun. So next week, it's ARG Presents. Simple but deep games. That should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. I think that's all we've got. Oh, a quick thank you to everyone from the R. Sinclair audience that supported us during Amigathon. I know we've got some crossover. A lot of people came over and chipped in. What was that total again? It was 50.
I can tell you, Aaron, the live total,
Yeah, the live total.
The absolute up-to-date total is $5,530.
5530. If you missed on Amigathon, it is available on YouTube, on our Amigos Retro Game channel, and on Twitch, the double. It's up on both, untouched. You can follow along. Start at 8 a.m. tomorrow and follow the whole day. But we do want to thank everyone who tuned in and were kind enough to send some money for the kids. This was Amigathon's our yearly charity event in support of the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. always feel better after we do that event.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everyone contributed to the good of mankind.
I usually eat too much, so I don't feel great. But
if you think about it, this means we, the royal we, the collective we, as a group of friends and colleagues, have raised over $45,000 for charity. Now, not too bad for some tubby doofus types in a dude's basement and all their pals. So basically, it's all the pals. The doofus
I was
types.
gonna say,
It's like when you go to the grocery store. You're getting all the groceries. We're just holding the bag.
that's it.
That's all we got. Tune in on Tuesday to see Simple but Deep Games. Any final parting thoughts, the Brent?
Nope.
All right. Until next time around, take your Sinclair, hold it up, kiss it. It's a beautiful thing. Get it out and play it. That's all. Go. Bam. What'd you think of that one, the Brent?
Man, I really love that game.
No kidding.
I had
Good God.
so much fun. I had so much fun, and just it felt so great to just set on the bumper of the cars in front of you.
You liked it more than I did. I thought it was brutally difficult.
It was. It took learning. But that's awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Hey, scroll up. I saw someone who.
How about this?
Subscribed.
Here's a mouse.
Well, I mean, I've
It
got
is
another
yours.
thing I got doing
All
on
right.
here. That means you have to
I've got
do
the
it.
mouse
Yeah.
now. What are you gonna do about
I
it?
can't do everything, the Brent. I
Well,
can't do
anything would be good.
With,
Oh, 128K Specky. Thank you for the subscription.
Thank you. Also, I like your name. Very good, man. We have apologized for our bizarre schedule the last couple weeks. Between boat having some problems and the weather, it's just been bonkers.
The weather has been absolutely brutal.
And of course, with boat being out of town, you're watching the disaster stream right now, my friend.
If you saw outside, you'd see the disaster part.
Yeah. The disaster will be back the week. It'll be 2 weeks from tonight. I'll be bringing the disaster back. And you can be darn sure the control panel's going to be involved because I love that thing. I was showing Brent earlier, I've done some modifications on my big control panel I use. That's all thanks to the disaster stream for me to be getting out in the first place. That sat in one place since Boat Fest, untouched. The only reason I pulled it out was to do that games from 1980, and now it's it's got a permanent place in the room. And I've tweaked it and cajoled it. It's awesome. And so I'm going to thank the disaster stream for that. I don't know if we've got anything else. Like I said, we're going to get into an International Computer Club, but then in the next couple months, I'll be announcing something well in advance. We haven't picked our games for ARG yet. We're going to get on that because we got till Tuesday, so we'll get on it. But again, we weren't sure when we were taping what. Yeah.
Why do you hate me, Scoob?
Hey, dude, it's a winner. It's a winner, Scoob. Scoob sent me a big box. It's in the house right now. I picked it up today. It was ripped open. Part of it was ripped open. So I'm hoping it's I hope it's something mauled. Whatever that is, Scooby, thank you. That was nice of you. Any parting thoughts when we put this thing to bed?
It is 8 o'clock, man.
Let's go eat. I'm hungry. I had dinner. Except for that bowl of soup. Take it to the house. We'll see you guys
Oh, I got to
on
do the thing.
Tuesday.
Right?
By the way, Super Bowl.
Who do you got in the Super Bowl, Aaron?
I got the Seahawks, and I'm going to take them I think they're going to win by, I'd say 28-13. That's the final score.
I also believe the Seahawks will win, but I do not believe it will be by that much. I think the final score, 24-14.
You know, Super Bowls tend to get score high.
Sometimes. These are both, well, I mean, the Seahawks have a great defensive squad.
That's right. I figure the other team will luck into a couple scores.
Also, I hate the Patriots.
I hated the old Patriots, but I respect them.
I do too.
Now I don't care. I'm indifferent about the current. Hey, they made it, to their credit. I didn't see that coming because they haven't done jack squat for years, but they're back in it, brother. There you go. Look at that, 2 touchdowns. That's about where I'm at. Now the Bears, are you kidding me, Rob? Listen, the Bears. This ain't 85. You know what I mean? It ain't.
The Bears will be there in the next 3 years.
Ah! No. The Bears do two things. Fail and a lot.
All right.
They're gonna fail again. I got no love for the Bears. The Oilers. Ha ha. Yeah, right. I don't know. As expensive as Oilers been getting, you never know. All right, let's get out of here. Hey, maybe if I'm lone on Sunday, I may fire up a live stream while I'm watching. I might watch along on Discord. It might be kind of fun. I don't know if I'm gonna be alone or not. So we'll catch you guys in the flippy dippy. Have a good weekend. Stay warm.